Alright, we're talking about labubus on my channel because low-key, I'm actually quite tired of seeing them around. Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh and I absolutely love clothing and personal style, which today's video is kind of adjacent to that. If you're into that type of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube as well as follow me on Instagram at where's_Galdo. And before any of you crazy super fans of the Monster series say anything, I know that what I showed was a Zimomo. Let's get to the video. Now I know you've seen Labubus and the Monster series and a whole lot of PopMart products absolutely pop off. That was a horrible pun. But I know you've seen them all over the place. Super popular, and not just Labubus specifically, but a lot of like trinkets, especially being added to outfits, bags, and the like, have been super popular as of late. And I really like that trend. I've been doing it for a number of months, maybe over a year now, but I know my girlfriend definitely really loved doing that and has done so. For this being a really good example, my girlfriend really loves to overload her bags where you really can't even see the bag anymore. And so this is just kind of like a regular like tote bag, actually from Sandy Liang, but just completely covered in trinkets. Okay, so about like 3 years now my girlfriend has been doing so, and I think it's a wonderful way to show your own personal taste and expression while adding them to kind of like your accessories. You're adding accessories to your accessories, or accessories to your outfit. I wanted to specifically talk about Labubus because Labubus are the ones that have the like spotlight on them at the moment. Labubus are probably the most popular trinket that are around right now, have the most hype to them, and are like worth a crazy amount of money in comparison to what they retailed for, which is kind of crazy. It does remind me a little bit of like the sneaker craze that happened maybe 10 years ago. So starting from square one, who created Labubus, who created the Monster series, and why? So Kaesing Lung is going to be a Hong Kong-born artist that was raised in the Netherlands and eventually settled in Antwerp, Belgium. I do not know where they reside now. Maybe they still are in Antwerp. I don't know. But the Monster series was initially created as characters for a series of children's books and then later on adapted into figurines and toys through the collaboration of other companies, namely and most famously PopMart. These characters were inspired by Nordic folklore, where there are some absolutely insane articles, people claiming that Labubu is like a demon or something like that. It's not that deep. It's just children's book characters. Labubu as a character was introduced in and around 2015, but didn't collaborate with PopMart until about 2019. And with the help of a lot of very big Asian influencer names, namely like Heart Evangelista of the Philippines, as well as Lisa from Blackpink, and those are kind of like the two ones that I know of. I'm not very well versed in Asian pop culture, which is super unfortunate, but those are the two biggest names that have been told to me personally. But through a lot of very influential people, Labubus specifically just absolutely blew up. And I think it didn't really catch on until about maybe like 2023 to into 2024. And so like that's when I personally started seeing them around a ton. But now in 2025, they've absolutely exploded in popularity and people are desperate to get Labubus. It has blossomed so much that the CEO of PopMart has become the youngest billionaire in China, which is insane. I mean, I'm not saying it's purely because of Labubu, but that being their most successful run of products, it's definitely played a huge hand in making PopMart an absolute giant in the trinket space. Not only monetarily have they absolutely boomed, well, they also even have a theme park in Beijing, China. It is Popland that is located in Beijing, and it is not, I don't think it's only Labubus and the Monster series, I think it's also other PopMart intellectual properties. I'm not 100% sure, but please correct me on that if I'm wrong. But to even have a theme park based on something that has grown in popularity over less than 10 years, that's crazy to me. So you see hype, you see things growing, you see a lot of money to be made. What happens next? Apparently, sneaker resale stores now sell Labubus for resale price, which is insane. But I remember a time where we used to go to our favorite trinket stores in Las Vegas, be able to find trinkets, both labubus and other things, and be able to kind of like pretty leisurely get our own. It's not too difficult. Maybe you have to time it right and wait for them to actually announce it on their Instagram or something. But it wasn't that difficult to get a labubu like a year or two ago. And so we were like, oh, cool. Like, this is like a nice, quirky, whimsical little trinket that we can throw onto our stuff. All of a sudden, now, absolutely impossible to find at retail price. I forget what retail price is, to be honest, but now you see them for like resale at certain places. I see sneaker shops reselling them. I see like hobby and collecting stores reselling them. I even see claw places in Vegas selling labubu products. Depop or Mercari or eBay or something like that. You see labubus for like $50 and up for just the regular blind boxes. And that is blowing my mind right now. If you're not familiar with like the blind box concept, you get a box, it has the potential for like a series of items, and then it is up to luck whether or not you get the one that you want or not. And that has been a really also very popular concept. So the mixture of the Monster series, specifically Labubu as a character, blind boxes, which has been like really popular in the past like 5 years, I would say, and all of a sudden, Labubus are now worth some money. Just as another example, this one right here, I think on like StockX was like $80, which is crazy that they sell Labubus on StockX. What initially started as something that you can add to your outfit or add to your accessories as a little bit of like a whimsical expression of individuality has now become something where the accessories themselves become valuable, which is so weird to me. Even luxury houses are starting to create their own trinkets, their own keychains that are like thousands of dollars, which I I don't know. As much as I criticize it, yes, I am a consumer of it. I have a couple of Labubus. My girlfriend has a lot of Labubus. Her family collects Labubus and other PopMart properties, Smeeskies, Sunny Angels. I have a Smeesky tattoo. Just, for anyone who didn't know that. But as an avid consumer of this type of product for a number of years now, I'm really tired of seeing them around. It went from being a little whimsical expression of things that I find cute or cool to becoming something that like literally everyone has and can create situations that are super unfortunate, like put you in danger. It is so wild to see that people actually have their Labubu stolen off their bags, or people actually like get robbed because of Labubus, where someone got injured because someone tried to steal their Labubu. Absolute madness. I'm not saying that Labubus are not cute. I'm not saying that Labubus are just like not worth it. It's worth it if you want to pay for it. So if you feel that it is something that you need to spend your hard-earned money on, please go ahead and spend your money on it. But just know that there is so much that goes along with it, like potential for danger maybe if you get one that's really sought after and someone wants it, which is really unfortunate. I hate to say that that's a reality of things, but I'd be disingenuous to not recognize that that has happened in the past, or just paying exuberant prices where is it really worth that much money? I personally can't justify the prices of like Labubus anymore because they're just so ridiculously high. A regular like have a seat or macaron or whatever, just regular blind box Labubu being $60 some places. When we were in Orange County last weekend, literally we went to a hobby store and they were selling Labubus. I think the tempura Labubu that I just showed you guys earlier. How much was the tempura Labubu at the hobby shop in OC? Oh, it was $100?
It was like $100 for like the little wacky mart blind box figure,
Not the
not
not the plush.
not the plush pouch.
So for the figurine itself, just the like little display figure was $100.
Yeah, and then the Mer Boo Boo that's special from Thailand. That one was running them 300.
$300 for the mermaid Labubu. I dare somebody in the comments to tell me that that's worth it. In my mind, I have a very hipster mentality. If it's too popular, I don't really want it anymore. That's just kind of how I've been for a really long time now. And that's kind of where I'm at with Labubus. Like, I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm just, it's too much of a trend and it is too popular to the point where it's difficult for me to enjoy what I want to enjoy. And I think that's super unfortunate, but I think that's just kind of just what happens with trends. They cycle in, they cycle out. Do I think Labubus and the Monster series have like staying power? I think that it'll be around for a solid 5 more years, but I really can't see it going past that. I don't think that they'll be popular forever. But I'm so curious. What do you guys think? Do you actually like Labubus? Are you using Labubus? Have you ever run into a situation where you paid a ridiculous amount of money for a Labubu? And is it worth that money? So, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I I didn't even know if this type of video would actually fit on my channel, but let's try it out. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.